What if everything you ever dreamed of, wealth, power, success, still left you empty inside? In the glittering heart of Lagos, Olamide Osho owned everything money could buy. Yet he couldn't buy a single smile that felt real. But when a little girl walked into his penthouse with nothing but a teddy bear and a broken heart, his world of glass walls began to crack. This is a story of how one man discovered that happiness isn't in what you hold. It's in what you release. There were 10-foot glass walls around Olamide Osho's life. In his 33rd floor penthouse overlooking the sparkling lagoon of Lekki Phase 1, silence was constant, cold and carved like stone. Sleek marble counters, imported leather chairs, abstract paintings with price tags for signatures. The fridge hummed like a perfect machine, never empty. The floor tiles gleamed so bright you could see yourself even if you weren't looking. But Olamide had stopped looking. For anything. He sat on the edge of his bed in a $1,000 white robe, scrolling aimlessly through his iPhone 17. Dozens of unread congratulatory messages from tech blogs praise his latest move, a quiet buyout of a Kenyan startup just to remove competition. Another empire secured, one read. A modern-day Midas, another said. He dropped the phone. Across the room, a breakfast tray. Avocado toast, poached eggs, pineapple juice, sat cold. His assistant had ordered it because it photographs well. But Olamide hadn't posted in months. He walked to the window. Lagos that morning was breezy, without Okada noise or generator fumes. The kind of day most prayed for. But it did nothing for him. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The antique Swiss clock was the only sound. Is this it? He murmured. He'd made his first $10 million at 24. First Tesla at 26. African Innovator of the Year at 29. Now, at 33, he owned 5 companies, 3 homes, and a wardrobe that could rival a fashion house. Yet his smiles were rehearsed, red carpet smiles. And at night, behind closed curtains, one question always lingered. Why does this all feel so empty? The knock came at 8:15 a.m., soft but firm. A small, brown-skinned girl with tired eyes and an overstuffed Dora the Explorer backpack stood at the door. Feyi, his niece. Good morning, Uncle, she said shyly. Behind her stood Annie Ronk, the family's longtime helper, eyes red from crying. She's here, sir, Ronk whispered. It was her mother's wish. Feyi should stay with you now. Feyi stepped in, clutching a worn teddy bear and a photograph of her mother, Olamide's late sister, Talia Lope, gone 3 weeks from leukemia. Her funeral had been grand. Feyi hadn't cried once. Now, wandering through the apartment, she paused before painting. Everything here looks expensive, she said softly. But it feels sad. Olamide blinked. She looked up. Do you have a place where people laugh? Like really laugh? He didn't know what to say. That night, she slept in the guest room. By morning, she was gone. He found a note under her pillow. Dear Uncle, don't worry. I didn't run away to be rude. I just wanted to find a smile that feels real. Mama once took me to meet a woman named Mama Aweel near Badagry. She had a laugh that made even sad people happy. I want to hear that laugh again. Please don't be angry. Feyi. Olamide read it 3 times, then tucked it into his wallet. He canceled his Dubai trip, switched off his phone for the first time in 3 years, and set out for Badagry. The village, Akarakumo, wasn't on most maps. He left the Range Rover and followed an old fisherman who recognized Feyi's photo. Ah, the small girl with big questions, the man smiled. She came here last night. Walked barefoot. Said she was chasing joy. They reached a bamboo fence compound. An elderly woman sat weaving raffia mats, her silver eyes calm as moonlight. You're Olamide, she said. Feyi told me you'd come. She's here. The woman pointed to a side hut. She's napping. Helped me collect snails this morning. We laughed about how slow they move, but they never seem lost. That night, Olamide slept on a mat in the main hut. No air conditioning, no Wi-Fi, just crickets and palm fronds whispering like old friends. At dawn, Feyi's laughter woke him. She and Mama Aweel were by the stream, playing a pebble game. Feyi's face glowed. Later, while pounding yam, he asked Mama Aweel, why is she happy here? Because here, we see each other. In the city, people buy what they cannot feel. Here, we feel what we never buy. But life can't be just smiles and firewood. What about goals? Success? All good, she said. But if they are the only things, they become prison bars. What's the key? Gratitude, stillness, and smiling from the inside. Olamide thought of his father's words. Wealth is the only language people understand. He thought of awards gathering dust, of women he dated for photos, not love, of his penthouse palace that felt like a prison, and of Feyi's laughter that morning, real, deep, unforced. For the first time in years, he cried. By the third day, he stopped checking his watch. The village rhythms were enough. He helped gather firewood, awkward in loafers. His hands blistered. In this place, Mama a wheel smiled. We carry our peace like firewood, close to the body, warmed by effort. That night, Feyi told a folk tale by moonlight. Someone said she had her mother's fire in her eyes. Olamide remembered Tolu's flashlight stories, her barefoot dances, her joy in simple things. She died loved, not rich. On the fifth day, a sleek SUV appeared. Chief Olamide Osho stepped out, sunglasses in the shade, flanked by aides. So it's true, he said. You've abandoned the world of men for old women and goats. She's happy here, Olamide replied. This is survival, not happiness. Mama a wheel offered palm wine. Peace doesn't come from plenty. It comes from presence. Chief gave him 1 week to return. By the 7th day, Olamide felt different. He rose with the sun, planted okra, laughed with children, listened to a blind woman's stories. On the 8th day, his father came back alone. I'm selling 2 companies, Olamide said. Starting a foundation in Tolu's name, storytelling, art, mental wellness. Funding clean water and farming here. Chief said nothing, but he saw the peace in his son's eyes. It rained gently on their farewell morning. Feyi danced barefoot in the mud, laughing. Mama a wheel handed Olamide a pouch of seeds. Don't come back to remember, she said. Come back to refill. Back in Lekki, Feyi threw open the curtains. Can we open the windows too? It smells like tired money in here. They did. They let life in. The Tolulo Foundation opened the next week. A compound in Aja turned into reading corners, painting rooms, storytelling circles, and gardens. Children from all over Lagos came. One boy drew a tree with hearts as leaves. That's where smiles grow, he said. Feyi suggested planting on the penthouse roof. They cleared it, filled crates with vegetables, painted signs. Laughter grows here. One Tuesday, his assistant called. An American firm wants to buy your company. 9 figures. No, Olamide said. Tell them thank you. And goodbye. Weeks later, a parcel arrived from Mama a wheel, a clay dove whistle. Now that you've found silence inside you, teach others how to listen. Months later, at a tech conference, Olamide told the crowd, the world measures us by what we gather. But you can gather everything and still be hollow. Peace is not a product. It's a practice. One quiet Sunday, he and Feyi returned to Akarkamo. They sat under the mango tree, surrounded by children. Olamide told his first public story, not on a stage, but to those who already knew. Joy doesn't come from what you hold in your hand, but from what you release from your heart. Mama Avele laughed. Feyi hugged him, and Olamide listened to the silence within. Moral of the story. True happiness is not something we can buy, chase, or display. It grows from within, in stillness, gratitude, connection, and purpose. Material success may fill our homes, but only inner peace can fill our hearts. In a world that rewards noise, wealth, and status, this story reminds us that the most valuable treasures, joy, laughter, healing, and meaning, are often found in simplicity, silence, and sincere human connection. Lessons learned from the story. Happiness is internal, not external. Peace is not found in possessions, but in presence. Wealth without purpose leads to emptiness. Slowing down allows us to hear the truth we've been running from. Our real smiles aren't bought. They are remembered. The moral of your story is, true worth is not found in wealth or appearances, but in kindness, integrity, and the quiet sacrifices we make for others. Because those who walk humbly and help others leave a legacy far greater than gold. That brings us to the end of the story. What lesson did you take from it? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll know whenever we release a new video. Also, feel free to share this with someone who might enjoy it. Thank you so much.